Yes, sir.
Environmental issues. I'm no rocket scientist, but I know, like California, they can't even stay lit up on a hot day. How are we going to solve this problem? We can't just go all electric cars and everybody plugs in at night. We don't have the system to handle that.
Absolutely right.
How do people afford these cars? Number two. And I think just in the last 2 weeks, I've heard pretty much every major auto company come out and say, EVs aren't working.
Yeah, they're losing money.
There's no demand for them. I mean, would you turn these things back? I mean, I believe California and Virginia followed in a suit, right, saying we're going to ban lawnmowers, weed whackers,
Leaf blowers. Yeah. Look, I would end all of this crazy regulation. You know when electric vehicles will become popular? When the American people want them. And by the way, we all see plenty of Teslas driving around, right? I see them. People who want them can buy them. But we shouldn't be giving government incentives for them to be bought. And we shouldn't be putting regulations on auto companies saying they have to build them if they're not profitable. And we shouldn't be putting requirements on states saying you have to no longer sell gasoline-powered vehicles. Especially when we don't, as you put in the first part of your question, we don't have the grid to support it. This summer, Governor Newsom in California, who's the biggest electric vehicle fan in the world, sent out an advisory telling California residents, don't plug in your cars tonight. Because if you do, you'll crash the grid. Well, I'm not a scientist either, but if you don't plug in your electric car, I don't think it goes anywhere. I don't think it's an electric car anymore. I think it's a planter. And that's it, right? So I think our energy solution has to be that we look at every energy source we have and we use it. It is a crime that you don't have natural gas available to you in New Hampshire. When I was governor of New Jersey, I built 2 new pipelines between the fracking in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And as a result, you see people all up and down New Jersey having more affordable fuel to be able to heat their homes this winter because it's natural gas coming from Pennsylvania. That should be happening here in New Hampshire, and in Vermont, and in Maine, and in Massachusetts. Rather than having to rely exclusively on home heating oil to heat your homes. Second, we should be looking closer at nuclear. It probably would surprise you to know that in my home state, which is the most densely populated state in America, 53% of our electricity is created by nuclear in New Jersey. Now, if we could do that in the most densely populated state in the country and we've been doing it safely for 45 years, we could certainly do it any place else. And for people who are concerned about, bless you, for people who are concerned about the environment, that doesn't create any carbon, but it's reliable. When you hit the switch with nuclear power, the lights will turn on. The air conditioning will turn on. Your car will be charged if you want to, right? Those things will all happen. So we need to continue to use oil and natural gas. We should expand nuclear. You look at what's happening, I have no opposition to wind and solar, but it's just not reliable enough at the moment to have the underpinnings of the grid rely upon that. So we need to get smart about it. And then if you want to buy an electric vehicle and that's what floats your boat, great. Buy it. Because then when you plug it in your garage, it'll charge. And it won't crash the entire neighborhood. But until we fix that underlying grid issue, we're not going to be able to do these other things. And you know when the American people will buy electric cars? When they want to. That's what freedom means in this country. Freedom to decide what you want best for you. You want an electric car? Great. There's plenty. You can go buy them. There's lots of them. Probably get a pretty good deal on them. But in the end, you want a gas-powered car, you should be able to buy a gas-powered car. This reminds me of what happened in my state. In 49 states in the Union, including this one, you can pump your own gas. My state's the only one left. You can't pump your own gas in New Jersey. And when I first became governor, I thought to myself, well, maybe people want to pump their own gas. So I said, when we were doing one of our first early polls, I said, throw in there a question about self-serve gas. And my pollster came to me and said, you don't want to put that in there. It's not very popular. So we're just asking. So all right, I'll put it in there. 88% of New Jerseyans did not want self-serve gas. 92% of New Jersey women didn't want no self-serve gas. You can't find 88% of New Jerseyans to agree on anything other than that. 88% of New Jerseyans would agree on what time it is right now. But they don't want self-serve gas. People understand, state by state by state, they want the freedom to make decisions themselves. Can't believe I'm saying this in the live free or die state, but you understand this. And electric vehicles trying to shove them down people's throats is stupid from a choice perspective. It's stupid from the grid perspective. And it's wrong to try to do with our tax money. So, long answer on that one.